Brand Management. And Jun Lim, our VP of Product Development. We have an exciting presentation for you guys today. It's going to be packed with exciting reveals and behind the scenes insights and surprises along the way. Towards the end, we'll also be having a Q&A, so feel free to come up with any questions you guys might have. We'll also be giving away, courtesy of our friends at Entertainment Earth, $150 gift cards. So we're going to choose the best questions, and you could win one of these.
It does say that.
So yeah, let's get started. Let's dive right in. Daryl?
How's it going, everyone? Good to be here. How are we all doing today? Doing good? All right. So as Brian mentioned, our first ever panel, we're super excited to be here. My name is Daryl, and I'm excited to kick things off with you guys here. Just show of hands, how many in this room are here for action figures? Woo! I figured, all right. So, you know, like when you go to a concert or a comedy show for the main headliner, and then there's always like the opening act that kind of gets everybody excited? That's me today, but it's all good because I'm super excited and I'm super happy to be here. So, jumping right in and kicking things off, this is a lot of stuff on the screen, but the main takeaway here is that at Jada, we're proud to be the #1 name in both licensed entertainment, die-cast vehicles, and radio control vehicles. I'm not gonna give you guys a sales pitch as to who we are and what we do. We're here to geek out together, so moving on. Starting with a little flex, here's a look at some of the entertainment partners that we work with. If it's action-packed, if there's superheroes, or even if there's cool intro music, we probably have it in car culture. And so from brands like Fast and Furious to Jurassic Park, Transformers to Batman, and hell, even food mascots, Jada lives at the heart of pop culture. And it wouldn't be Jada without the real deal. So here is a quick look at our vehicle partners who help us bring some of that authenticity to life. And at Jada, we're not just collectibles, we're truly a vibe. Here's a quick snapshot at some of the best fan moments, custom setups, and social images that truly represents who we are and how we interact within that pop culture fandom. Pretty cool stuff.
Street Fighter!
There you go. And then moving on into some of our newest releases, a fresh selection of vehicles from our entertainment line with something for every fandom. Yeah! A brand that really needs no introduction, right? Fast and Furious. So next year actually is going to be their 25th anniversary. Can you guys believe that? It's been around for 25 years. So with that said, we're planning some exclusive anniversary releases and even new brands within the lineup, so stay tuned because we have a lot of exciting announcements for this brand coming up. And then shifting into something a little bit more premium, our True Spec line, which some of you may or may not have heard of. But it's our top tier collectible vehicle range. It comes with feature-rich details, full deco, and collector packaging. Starting, of course, with none other than Dom's 118 Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. It has all the details. It's mean, it's aggressive, it's beautiful. And some of the details include a working butterfly valve in the blower. Its headlights actually are concealed, but they will reveal as well. We have some trunk detail with 2 NOS bottles and some interior detail with the fire extinguisher and so much more. This one, I'm really excited about.
Family.
That's right, who said family? There you go, like that. Next, yeah. We got the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. I mean, what an icon that brings back so much nostalgia. Ford Explorer, I'm sorry. But an icon nonetheless, right? This one is packed with details, and if you're a Jurassic Park nerd, this one's gonna do it for you. I'm excited for you guys to see this up close because it's really stunning. And finally, we got Kit from Knight Rider, because nothing says 80s tech flex like a 118 die-cast that has light-up features, because why not? Makes it pretty cool.
Indeed.
And now for something pretty fun. Our Pink Slips line is a nice mix of what we would consider pop culture with car culture. Fun fact, this is our first ever IP that has a collaboration between Jada Core Diecast as well as entertainment vehicles. So each vehicle will have a co-branded package with the relevant entertainment license, and they're actually limited edition. What makes them unique is they're actually finished in a bright candy pink paint. So for example, these are the three vehicles that we've released to date. It's pretty fun, right? So we have the classic TV series Batmobile. We have Suki's Honda S2000 from Too Fast, Too Furious. And then we have the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Not a bad lineup. These are scheduled to release every 4 waves, so it keeps the diecast hunt pretty exciting. Ooh. Yeah. I'm liking the reaction so far. It shows excitement. Our next release is going to be the 1989 Batmobile. Yes, it's pink. Yes, it's pretty awesome. You guys probably didn't know you needed it up until now. Hopefully, right?
Indeed.
Can you guys guess what the next release is going to be after this? It's a pop culture property. Probably a lot of fandom here.
Yeah!
Yeah, so following the Batmobile, we have the Back to the Future time machine, because if you're going to build a time machine, you got to do it with some Jada style, right? So pretty self-explanatory. It's featured in a candy pink finish. It has pink lights, actually, so pretty cool. And speaking of Back to the Future, I don't know if you guys had a chance to visit our booth just yet, but if you did, you would have caught this, which is going to be our 2025 exclusive.
Oh.
It's none other than a 124 diecast chrome time machine. And if you guys haven't seen this in person yet, highly, highly recommend that you visit our booth 4145, shameless plug. Check it out in person. It's really stunning. Comes in cool packaging, and of course, still has the light up feature, all of that good stuff. So with all of that said, we're just scratching the surface, and here's a quick look at some of the upcoming brands that we are going to be infusing within vehicles. You guys might recognize a few of those logos up there. So a lot of exciting things coming soon. You're not going to want to miss. But to wrap things up here on the vehicle side, because I know we're just itching to get into the action figure side of things, we couldn't show up empty-handed as far as the vehicles are concerned. So I did bring with me a small teaser. This is going to be a Comic-Con exclusive first look. I can't directly say what it is, but I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to put 2 and 2 together. So enjoy.
All right, Batman. Oh. Ooh.
That's pretty exciting stuff, right? I had to leave it off with something for you guys. But that wraps it up for vehicles. So thank you guys so much for listening to me talk for about 5 minutes. Now we'll get into something that the majority is here for.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
What's up, guys? Thanks for coming to our first ever panel. We prepared a bunch of new figures for you guys, so we'll just get right into it.
Woo! Yeah!
So, starting with the food mascots, we have the Pebble cereal. We showed this off last year at New York. So we have Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble. So what's cool about this release is it's going to have all the parts and pieces to make them Pebble cereal specific, but it has enough alternate pieces so it could just be a standalone like Flintstones figure. So there's like a cool display option with that. We're in tooling with this, so we should have pre-orders going up later this year. We have more food mascots in the works. We don't have anything for San Diego, but stay tuned for the future.
Woo!
Next, we have Frosty the Snowman. We teased this last Christmas, and we showed it off at WonderCon earlier this year, and it's in our booth right now. So here's a look at Frosty. So he's a cool deluxe figure. If you saw him in person, he's larger than life. He comes with a lot of cool accessories and options. He has an alternate head, which is his like inanimate face, but in the movie, once he puts the hat on, he comes to life. So you have both options. It comes with multiple accessories and Hocus Pocus accessories, so it's kind of a two-pack. So this kind of release is very time specific. If we don't release it during the Christmas window, we kind of lose it. And we had some shipping challenges this year, as you guys know. So we were able to partner with Big Bad to make it happen for this year. So in a way, we kind of got together and saved Christmas with this one.
Yay!
So pre-order should be going up sometime after Comic-Con, and it should be in your guys' hands before Christmas this year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have Scooby-Doo. So this line is super exciting for us. It's cartoony, fun characters with a spooky feeling to them. Wave 1 is in production and should be shipping soon. There are some early reviews out there, so check that out. And in the display right now we have Scooby-Doo. So each wave has one main cast member anchoring the wave, and it comes with 2 monsters. So Scooby-Doo will be the anchor for wave 2. So this one we took more time with just because it's a unique body type, because it has 4 legs. So we went through a couple revisions on the prototypes to make sure the articulation was right. So what's cool about him is he can get into really dynamic poses, and he can also get into a properly sitting down pose. So the back leg, the knee bends all the way into the hind quarter, and then that whole thing can tuck under the body. So in articulation, in plastic, this is probably the closest you'll get to a dog properly sitting down. Yeah, so it's going to be super fun, so stay tuned for Wave 2. They should be coming out sometime early next year. And yesterday we put in Sea Demon in the display. He's kind of like a creature from the Black Lagoon type of character. His articulation is really fun. He has articulation in his jaws, which is something new for us. But we still have one more monster to reveal. You guys want to see it?
Yes. No.
So we have Spooky Space Kook. He's more of an iconic Scooby villain. So we're excited to bring him to plastic form. He came out really awesome. He has a dome that comes off, and the head and neck articulation is underneath. He has the articulated jaw. And what's cool is he kind of has a unique upper body. It's really bulbous, but we have articulation in the torso so he can move, although it looks seamless when he's in neutral. And he's going to have some butterflies that are hidden. So in neutral you can't tell, but they're going to be able to move forward so you get his arms in front of him.
Great.
So we'll put him in the display after our panel.
Yes.
And that's Wave 2.
Awesome.
And here's kind of a snapshot of the anchor for each wave. I mean, for me personally, I think working on the monsters is more fun, but I do know a lot of collectors want the main cast. So just for the panel, we're going to show you a sneak peek of the main cast member in Wave 3.
Batman. Oh, wait. Yeah!
So what you see on the screen is a color rendering of the finalized 3D, all the articulations integrated. So her, along with the 2 monsters, will be going to prototyping soon. So stay tuned for a later date for the full review. So we're already halfway finished with the cast members. So hope you guys are excited.
Very Yeah!
Cyberpunk. So Wave 1 of Cyberpunk released earlier this year in David and Lucy, so hope you guys have that. And last year we kind of showed off Wave 2, which was Maine and Rebecca. We kind of revisited these figures to make them better, so it's taken a little bit longer, but I think it'll be worth the wait. So we've updated and improved articulation on it, and sculpting and likeness on it. So we won't show the full loadout for each figure, but just some quick highlights for it. So this is Maine. And he'll also have an arm extension piece, same as David. And he's gonna come with 3 faceplates.
All right.
So he's gonna have like a neutral one, a more angry one, and then more of like a, it's hard to see on the screen, but it's like a bloody, like psychotic face expression. And next we have Rebecca. She's a fan favorite, so we wanna make sure we do her justice. So she's a much smaller character, but we loaded her out. So she's gonna come with a lot of parts and pieces, so there's gonna be a lot of options for her. So this is kind of her with her jacket on. She has 2 pistols. She'll also come with a shotgun and a rifle. But if you take the jacket off, you have a secondary option display for her. So there'll be multiple regular human hand options and multiple robot hand options. So you can mix and match. And you can kind of see like the pigtails are interchangeable. So you'll have a set of neutral ones and more action. So you could kind of, so there's a lot of variety and options with her. And here's kind of a look at the faceplates that she comes with. So she'll have more of a neutral, a smiling, and then the bottom 2 are more like expressive angry faces. So hope these are awesome when you guys get them.
True.
These will also be launched around the first half of next year. So here's kind of a snapshot of the figures. So what's cool about this wave is you have the biggest figure and the smallest figure, so there's like a good variety of character. But actually, Maine isn't the biggest figure in our Cyberpunk lineup.
What?
It's actually Adam Smash.
Oh!
So this figure is awesome. He's the biggest figure we've ever done. He's even bigger than T-Hawk. So what's cool about him is he's a fully robotic body. So it gives us a chance to experiment and try different articulation that works more with the robotic joints and whatnot. So he's gonna have slide out hidden panels that come out to compensate for the clearance. So it's gonna be in the hips and the shoulders. They're gonna have hidden panels that kind of come out. So we're super excited about him. And once you guys see it in our display later, you'll get a sense of the scale.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Next, we have Mega Man. So Wave 1 and Wave 2 are already out in the market. Wave 3 we put out on pre-order earlier this year. It's currently in production, should be shipping and in your hands by this fall. Wave 3 was Bubble Man, Woodman, and Unmasked Mega Man. And in the display, we also have final tooled samples of Wave 4. So that's Proto Man, Snake Man, and a color variant of Mega Man. So yesterday, we debuted Bomb Man and Guts Man. So for Wave 5, we kind of went backwards and retraced the steps of Game 1. So we've officially just completed Game 1, Robot Masters. So super excited about that. If you guys are familiar with the way we do our waves, we have 2 Robot Masters and 1 variant of Mega Man. But I felt like maybe for Wave 5, we do something more exciting for the 3rd character. So instead of Mega Man, we decided to do...
Yeah!
So what's cool about him is he's fully articulated. You know, we kind of, you know, worked on Scooby, so we're already on our 2nd dog action figure. So fully articulated. We try to incorporate articulation wherever we can. So, you know, every leg, the body, like tail, ears, tongue, everything. And he's gonna come with new head sculpts for Mega Man and new hands, so that can be compatible with your existing Mega Man. So you could have a lot of cool display options. So this is Mega Man holding a bone, and they're both in scale with each other. So what's cool about Rush is in the game, he has a lot of like different looks and transformations. So he's also gonna come with accessories to do his Rush coil look. And so it's 2 separate ones, purpose built for the bottom and the top extension. And also, he also kind of transforms into like a jet, but we weren't able to figure out how to make this body transform, so we weren't able to include that. But instead, we just added a secondary body altogether.
Yeah!
So It comes with 2 different bodies, 2 different heads, and different accessories, so it's kind of like a 2-pack of Rush. He's going to come with a flight stand, and the Mega Man will be properly scaled so he could be displayed on top of him. So that's what we have for Mega Man.
Yeah!
Next we have Street Fighter.
Woo!
So last year we showed off the full Ultra Street Fighter 2 roster in our display. So this past year was all about, like following up and chipping away at the full roster. So we're almost at the finish line right now. So the next 3 that are gonna be releasing is Akuma, Balrog, and E Honda.
Let's
So
go.
these are all completed and tooled. We're just making some small last minute tweaks to make sure it's right before we ship it out. So expect these 3 next. And then the final 2 will be Zangief and T-Hawk. So these 2 are currently in tooling right now, so it should be shipping out early 2026. And so that's the full Street Fighter 2 roster. And we also do fun player 2s and deluxes. We have 2 deluxes for sale here at Comic-Con, but we also just do standard releases with a repaint. We have a couple coming out this fall, but we'll share one of them with you here on the panel.
Yeah!
I know she's a fan favorite, and I think this color scheme works really well for her. She has like a blue, silvery, metallic finish to her outfit, and she has pink accents, so it's pretty cool. And this one will be an Entertainment Earth exclusive, so watch out for this one later this fall.
All right.
So that kind of concludes our Street Fighter 2 line. I know there's a lot of questions now, like what's Jada gonna do after Street Fighter 2?
More P2, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of great options in the market now. The competition is getting really strong for Street Fighter. So we'll just show you kind of like a snapshot of where we are and where we're going.
Okay.
So in 2023, we debuted the 1.0 Ryu body. Like at the time, this was like the best version of the character that we're capable of doing.
I was there for that.
But we've been working on a lot of figures this past couple of years and like learning and having a lot of experience. So starting in 2026, we're gonna be debuting a 2.0 Ryu body, and we're gonna be doing it with the Alpha series.
Whoa!
So this figure is completely redone from the ground up. There's nothing that we're reusing as far as like sculpting or even engineering. So as far as like sculpting, we're gonna really hone in on the art style of Alpha. And for the articulation, we're really updating it and really making it not only look good, but feel good in hand too. So that's gonna be the focus for us for 2026 and beyond.
Fuck my shell.
Yeah, so we brought the full wave to Comic-Con. So after the display, we'll have Ryu in there today, and we'll have a new one on Friday and a new one on Saturday. So stay tuned for those.
Yeah!
And that's it. Thank you guys for coming out.
All right!
I think you forgot something, Jim.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been talking a lot.
Let's
You
go.
guys wanna
It's time to
leave,
go.
right?
Let's go. Yeah.
No?
Come on. Let's head out.
All right. We have one more thing, actually. So, in case you haven't heard, we do have 112 action figure rights too. So, we're super excited about this one. So, we've done like video game figures, like cartoon characters, like classic characters, but we've never done like true superhero characters, and especially like classic comic book inspired superhero designs. They're very simple, they have like very defined and iconic color breaks, and I always felt like those type of designs translate best to articulated figures. So we're super excited to get our chance to try that with Invincible. So you guys want to see what the characters look like? Yeah!
Oh, sure.
Who do we have first? Yeah, so here's Conquest. He was like at the climax of season 3. He's big, he's imposing, he looks awesome. So what's cool about this figure is he has a robotic arm. So we wanted to make sure that the way the arm bends on the robotic arm follows the mechanics of what the design is. So what's cool about him is he's gonna kind of have like asymmetrical arm articulation. So it's a subtle thing, but hopefully in hand you guys will really appreciate the extra mile on that. Yeah, and then there's no Invincible line without the title character, obviously. So next we have Invincible. So for Invincible, we kind of went with the season 3 look. There's been some characters, figures out there in the past couple of years that went with the classic look. So we decided for this one, when we launch, let's go with a different look. We could always revisit the classic look with a new like leg tooling. So, and you know, he's like a pretty blank body. So it really shows off all the new articulation engineering we're going to be applying to all of our figures in 2026 and beyond. And he's kind of going to be the blueprint for all the figures in the Invincible line. And we have one more figure, and let's see who it is. Yeah, so we have Kid Omni-Man. This figure is awesome just because he has all the articulation from the larger scale figures, but it's compacted into a smaller package. So in hand, like the playability and fun factor is going to be much more than a standard size figure. So I think that this figure will kind of be like a sleeper hit of the wave. So that's our wave 1 lineup. We're already starting wave 2 and 3. So we're fully committed to continue this line as well, and we'll have these in our display after the panel.
Don't run.
And that's really
All right, what do you guys think? All right, so we're going to open up the Q&A portion of the panel right now. So if you want to ask a question, feel free to line up right down the middle. Reminder, we are going to give away 2 Entertainment Earth gift cards to the questions that we like the most. So yeah, go ahead. Is it on?
Doesn't look like it's on.
And we can hear you, it's going.
My question with this, when we move this coming up, is there any chance you guys might be able to get the license plate?
Which movie are you referring to? Oh,
yeah, we won't be, just because of timing. It's coming out in less than a year in our...
Do you guys know who has the license?
I don't know. We don't-
And I remember a couple years ago when you guys did Street Fighter, you introduced them, you guys did a really good play in a relatively short period of time. And I feel like you guys came as an action figure company with a full form. Not a lot of those, like just everything is founding on like somebody's found out how did you know or what was your influence? Like, was it just being a fan of the stuff that came before and it was your turn to do what you do? Or did you get some fresh talent on it? Somewhere in between? Did you get something from your vehicles that you bought here? It's just amazing to see you guys nail it right out. I'm very glad you stuck with it out for Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah?
Damn it, Junior.
I love that you did that. But I'm just kind of curious, like, how did you
Yeah,
guys do it?
a little bit of everything, just like... It was, how did we get into action figures so quickly, and how did we get established? And the answer is kind of like a little bit of both. We have fans in the team, and we have a lot of experience. So it was just a matter of time. So like for me personally, I was like waiting for that moment. So when it came, we just like capitalized on it.
To add on to that really quickly too, I think it's a nice span for our entire company, because not only do we have the vehicle side of things, but the action figure side of things, and both respective teams have a passion for what they do and what they're really into. So for example, like June's super into the action figure stuff, right? And then for us on vehicles, we're super passionate about cars. So I think that translates at the end of the day to the product that we're making, and so far very well received, and I hope that you guys can see that too.
Okay, you guys are known for,
Oh, sorry. So yeah, we like that question. So you and one of the Entertainment Earth Toy Shiz gift cards. There you go.
It's possible. I mean, the obvious thing besides Street Fighter is Scooby-Doo. So hopefully we might have a chance to combine the figures and vehicles in one scale. So we'll see.
It's a lot of synergy. between the two. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi. So, I have to prepare myself for the question. But first of all, I just want to say, among the Mega Man fans, really, thank you. That really means a lot to us. You know, with the lack of video games, you guys have really brought it to us, and it really recognized that passion that we've been having for years. And so, my question is, so how do you balance modern collector expectations while preserving the feel of the original designs that made them iconic in the first place?
Well, like nostalgia is really important in collecting, so we want to preserve that, but we want to make sure the engineering and the quality is up to modern standards. So it's always a balance between those two things.
Wanted to point out, I've been at the show floor, and I've noticed the detail that it comes to not only the figures, but also the way you guys present them. Like, I love how the trash cans you got in there, like all half labels and everything. You know, the weathering of everything. You can see something that is not like regular to what it's in other places. It just really shows that passion. And being able to see like characters that I've never had the opportunity to
Yeah.
get before, like I'm really enjoying a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, he's hustling. Yo, make it. More than me. Hey, give the kid a dog. Give him a fucking ride.
It's possible, like, for example, like Scooby, we do die-cast and also action figures, but it really depends
Yeah.
on what rights are available to us. So sometimes it's both, sometimes it's just one or the other.
Next one, with Edgerunners season 2 coming up, do you think you guys
You shouldn't be
are
watching
doing anything with that?
Yeah, hopefully. So once we get some looks and the characters, we might develop on that too.
And then lastly, are you guys planning on doing
That's out there.
for Invincible? Because, I mean, obviously, the season 3 is really great, but, you know, there's also a lot of really cool stuff that the last few seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to.
Yeah, I mean, our rights are the whole franchise and it's not just limited to season. So hopefully in the long run, we'll be able to do a lot of characters.
Thank you so much.
What a great question.
Great question. Give him
Yeah,
a voucher.
great question.
Great question. Give
I
him a
think that was
voucher.
an awesome
The
question.
only kid that had the courage to go out.
June said no.
Yeah, June's on. No way.
No, hell no.
Well, first off, you know they're collectible, we go crazy for them. I appreciate that your action figures are really accessible. I'm not worried about handling them, where like, if something were to go wrong, like, it's $25, like, you get another one. So it's a really great line, Mega Man, Street Fighter, like, really easy action figures to collect a lot of them, because they don't cost that much, they'll be and all that stuff. But my question is, when you were developing the line, was there a Street Fighter you personally got, or was there a character that you did not play as, that was not your favorite, but while you were working on the toy, you're like, oh, this is
A lot of them, like T-Hawk, I've never played, honestly, but he was fun. DJ, also I never played.
Probably Vega for me.
You never played Vega?
I was never really my guy, but the figures.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a question. How do you guys balance like innovation and quality while still staying at that price point when everyone else is super competitive?
I think we have more freedom, like we have more room for that. So we have a lot of experience in the toy industry. Like we've only been making figures for a couple of years, but Jada's been around for over 20, 25 years. So it's just a combination of experience and the ability to do what we want to do.
25 years?
It's also in our company DNA as a whole. So since Jada was founded over 25 years ago, we've always had the point of view of good price value and good quality going hand in hand. So you see that across figures and vehicles.
Thank you.
So,
The mic doesn't work. You just, yeah.
so I'm like going to the party. I actually just started collecting Street Fighter last Friday, and I'm now here because of how awesome that experience was. And so I think it has a lot to do with how it feels in the hands that we're talking about. And I was just curious, it's obviously really important to you guys, because like all of us are here because of your figures. What do you guys do to test?
A lot of testing, a lot of trial and error. Just like pulling samples from the tool and sending it over here, playing with it, like debugging it or making comments. Like a lot of rounds of revisions, honestly.
I guess I'm asking how do you play with it?
I don't know, just like testing every joint to the max and seeing like if anything like breaks or if there's like tolerance issues. It's just a lot of playing with the figures, honestly, like many hours.
Pushing it to the limit.
I don't I don't know.
It's too early for that, man. But you gotta see, when I see June in the office, he's often like, he has the figure in his hand, he's like posing, like he's just, you know, like you said, he's testing the tolerances, like he's just, like, he's, you know, he's just playing, just play with it, you know, like pose it, like test the joints, yeah. Thank you.
I've seen a lot of Mega Man figures. I love that you're working on the enemies as well. Is there any plans for Mega Man X, maybe Zero, Stone Eagle, Sparkman?
Maybe, we don't know yet.
Thank you.
Brandon, we can't hear what they're saying.
Easiest, I'll say Capcom, is that right there. But they are really awesome to work with. And the hardest, I don't know, maybe best not to say.
That's just later.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Good recommendation.
Hi. I have a really silly, late break of Chris Farley, do you remember question? Do you remember Battle Beasts?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys are doing really good. So I'll be trying to shine.
Thank you.
Let's go Battle Beasts.
A couple years into the action figure realm space, but it seems like a lot of your figures are way ahead of the curve when it compares to other companies that just say what's secret sauce that you guys have in keeping these new figures, the articulation so ahead of figures that are released by, let's say, Mattel, Hasbro, and McFarlane, compared to their articulation to yours, you're like years ahead. And also with the price that I know you mentioned before that people, because of it's smaller and you get to do the things, you don't have to rely on, let's say, licenses to, like Marvel, let's say, you keep it low. But it's still, when you even make bigger figures, you still keep it at a great price. What's like the secret sauce that, like the Scooby-Doo figure, four-foot figures, articulate that well when you compare it to, I don't want to say another figure we have that's done, it's also, it's not particular like that. What is it about you that you're so far curved? Just a couple of years under your belt.
Just a lot of passion and a lot of work. We've been making figures for only a couple of years, but I've been collecting for a long time, so it's a lot of just like hands-on experience in general and trying to apply that to like toy making and production. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I want to say I appreciate it, even though I'm not into, like, I kind of want to, but not into the Mega Man. That's curious, because if I buy one, that's my own. But the new Rush figure, I mean, you said you couldn't figure out how to put them in that kind of other, like jet mode. And you included another figure because of that. I think that goes a long way in like carrying fans into buying new product.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys. So I'm curious, did you guys get the
Invincible line from popularity of the show, or were you guys just personal fans? There was like, people really wanted this to be a good.
Man, already checking in. Are you really a fan or
No,
not?
it's a combination of everything. I think it was like the perfect storm. Timing
Yeah.
worked out. It's starting to get big. It's getting bigger every year. So I think we jumped in at the perfect time. So yeah.
And love all your guys' work.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, George, I'm Mike, you could report.
Yeah.
If you know my brother, extra point for you guys. Quick question.
Yeah, nobody knows?
A lot of partners.
No, where's Adam?
Where's that? Mortal Kombat.
That's not Skyzook's brother.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about it.
And is it possible, like, what, like, percentage of chance do you think that's actually?
Well, I mean, there's already partners out there, so probably not likely.
And past ones here, has Resident Evil been discussed?
Yes.
Yeah, good question.
We have discussed
Just
it.
let it all out, man. It's good. It's
I know that
okay.
one that's licensed, but I could use up a little bit.
I'm not sure.
We want Resident Evil figures.
Jill Valentine. Jill Valentine.
Great question.
I think I deserve a certificate.
He wanted to wonder.
Just like range of motion, because if you break the figure up too much, it won't look good in like a neutral position. So it's just always a balance of the look and the range we can get. So it's a lot of trial and error. Could be. We'll see how this one does. And if there's an audience for it, then we'll definitely explore it. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Final
I guess
fight.
we'll see.
Final fight.
Thank you.
You're good.
I think the one that was my personal favorite were like the Playmates Turtles. We don't do Turtles figures, but we've done some Turtles licensed product, vehicles, bracelets, and little diecast figures. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for the first one, Invincible figures, you mentioned not wanting to repeat things done by other companies. I was just wondering how closely you were looking at other companies, trying to do differently, and maybe what the most exciting part about doing Invincible figures is.
It was just kind of timing too, because like we started getting deep into development during season 3, so that kind of like was like the latest and greatest, most exciting characters to look into, and because we could always go back and do characters from previous seasons, we just thought it was a good starting point.
How much do each of your personal favorite Street Fighter characters affect like the characters in the figure form? And I guess what are your favorite series, Street Fighter series, and why is it so strong?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like, the goal from the beginning was to do everybody. So it was just a matter of doing characters we were comfortable doing at the time. And as we got better at it, we could tackle more difficult characters. Yes, Third Strike is awesome. I'm enjoying Street Fighter 6 right now.
Also, June's a big Blanco fan, so like he took his time on that one because he wanted to make sure he got it like right. So that does come into play, right?
Yeah.
Personal passion, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Might be the last one.
No. No.
Not necessarily a question, but more so, have you ever thought about a license like, especially because of the diecast, but also venturing in action figures, like Twisted Metal, where, 112,
Sweet tooth?
Sweet tooth. 112 sweet tooth, but also pair it up with collaboration. Makes sense. It's an idea.
It's not bad. We had a line back in the day called, was it Battle Machines? Like, it was a line of die-cast cars that were kind of inspired by that Mad Max, just the metal look. Like, they'll take like a Chevy Camaro and add like spikes to it, and that kind of looks like a fighter jet or something. Like, we've done stuff similar, but I like using metal. Like, that sounds like a cool idea.
Because there's some characters that are very toyetic.
Yeah.
And of course, the die-cast side, you get a lot of photography. Now, there's a lot of photographers out here that can definitely do some stuff.
Oh, for
No,
sure.
not at all. Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, last question. Hey, what's up?
I saw you guys were partnered with Nintendo. Is there any merch coming out with Nintendo? Coming out soon, or?
Merch with Nintendo? Not planned at the moment.
Nothing?
Yeah.
No diecast with like the Kirby in the car?
Can't say directly.
That's a yes. When's that initial D figure coming out too? 8 gauge 6.
That one should be later this year. Q4. Yeah. Almost done.
All right, I think that's it for one.
Black and white shirt.
Oh. All right, you get an Entertainment Toy Shiz gift. Congratulations.
Yeah!
Thanks everyone for coming out. If you missed out on the gift cards, Entertainment Earth is going to have some social activity on their end, so between them and Toy Shiz, so they'll be giving away some more prizes. So make sure to follow them. Thanks for coming out. All right, guys.
Check out their Dolls tonight. June's going to be hanging out with us. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm trying to space them out. I think we're going to have.
I'm not sure yet.